So this is actually my 7th year now of coming down to Pike County, Illinois. We look forward to this every year. Like there's not a week goes by that I don't think about this trip down to Illinois. I've been hunting this farm now for the last 4 years. It's really a great situation. It's nice to have a farm that you get to come down and visit and see and get to know the deer and run cameras and help out with things. And it's a lot of timber, a lot of food plots, just a variety of everything, some cut corn. So on any given day, you can kind of think of what you're in the mood to sit or what you think is going to be good, and you can hunt that kind of habitat. The hunting strategy down here is kind of like the tried and true thing is basically usually timber in the mornings and food plots in the afternoons. We try to stay away from the food plots the best we can in the mornings so they don't get pressured. So we'll kind of sneak back in and get in some timber, and when you get to those food plots in the afternoon, you're going to see a lot of deer, and a lot of times you're going to see a shooter, and then it's just a matter, of course, if they're going to cooperate and come within range. Down here, late October has been really good for us. The bucks are kind of checking scrapes, but they're still feeding on the food plots. This year, a lot of nice bucks on camera, probably maybe even the best year we've had over the 4 years. It's getting better and better. It used to get a lot of pressure, and it doesn't get so much pressure now, so we're seeing a lot more bucks getting into these age classes of 4, 5, and 6 years old. It's also taught me too, it takes a lot to grow a big deer. I mean, even if you have 10 bucks get to 5 or 6 years old, they're not all going to be booners or 170s or 160s. That's really a special deer. So that's why they try to protect those young 3, 4-year-old 10-pointers if they can, and you're either going after those top-end deer or anytime you can take a big mature 8-pointer, that's a good buck to take, a good buck to get out of here. It's always exciting knowing that wherever you're sitting, there's good deer around you, and there's always that chance that really big buck's going to step out and give you a chance. It's October 25th. We finally made it to Illinois. We're excited for another great year. Our normal spot, we'll start hunting tomorrow, but we got invited by Jeff and David Lindsay to come hunt their farm tonight, so we're really pretty much just kind of trying to do a doe hunt. We're looking forward to our first night in Illinois, and it's going to be a really fun week. This year we got down here a day early. We got an invite again from our friends Jeff and David Lindsay. They got a farm down here not too far from us. Went over there for a doe hunt, but during that doe hunt had a really nice triple beam buck come in. It's like those deer are psychic, and if they know you're not hunting them, he read the script, come down, worked scrapes all the way in there, ended up at like 8 yards broadside. But of course it was really cool to have an encounter with a deer like that. But of course the next day we're excited to get back over here and and get after the bucks. First morning we sat in the timber, just literally saw a few does come through, and that was it. And there's actually been very few hunts down here that you don't see at least a buck, and we did not. We knew the first day was going to be challenging because it rained and rained and rained. And then that afternoon we got out on a food plot that we were excited to hunt this year. It was actually a farm I haven't hunted in many years. I've really been looking forward to getting back in there. And we had a pretty good hunt, but the rain was definitely affecting the movement. We did see some pretty nice bucks, had 3 nice bucks come out late, but not close enough. And the next night, we had to decide where we wanted to go, but we decided to go right back to that same food plot, even though we hadn't seen any of the actual shooters that we knew were there. But we figured with the nicer weather that next day, we wanted to get back on that plot. And we checked out Deercast, which really has been spot on for us in predicting deer movement. And it was predicting earlier movement that afternoon, so we got set really early, like 1:30, and we were glad we did. We had deer right off the bat and throughout the night. already 2 o'clock. Normally wouldn't be set by now. And we've already got a doe out here in our turnips. That's a buck. That's a buck. Oh yeah. That's that big 8 with the big brows. That's him. That's gonna be a dead deer in Illinois. That's gonna be a dead deer. Oh my gosh. Alright, so that's one of the big 8-pointers we had on camera. He's got big brown tines, big mature buck. We decided to get set extra early today and it paid off. We had deer on us all night here. He finally stepped out on this edge. He kept working through here, working through here. I'm pretty sure one of the does saw me open the window a little bit, so everybody's a little bit nervous. He took a few more steps forward. I had to move over just a little bit, and honestly, I was not comfortable. Like, I was just leaning really weird with my bow, but took my time, took the extra second, and putting a rage tri-pan through that deer. He's gonna be a dead deer. And actually, part of what we did today paid off because, you know, these deer move back and forth through here, so we brought our Analogix Anti-X and we put it out there just to kind of, you know, help these deer stop and check it. And we can go verify it, but he was basically standing right where we put that out, so I'm feeling good about the shot. And that's gonna be a dead buck. We're gonna take our time with him, but that is exciting. Well, here we are the morning after down here in Illinois, and we didn't have too much trouble finding our buck this morning. You saw what happened. Came in last night, worked through the edge of our plot, got to between 25 and 30 yards. We made a good shot. He was quartering to just a hair, so when we watched the footage, we decided to play it safe and wait till morning. And this morning we came in here, excellent blood trail. He got in the timber here, and then didn't go much further than that. For the last couple years, we have been using Deercast from Drury Outdoors to follow the deer movement. You know, it's not going to keep me from hunting on a good day, but it is interesting that it really has been spot on a lot. And yesterday morning, Deercast was really spot on about predicting the late movement that morning. And they were calling for a lot earlier movement that afternoon, especially following that big rainstorm we had the day before. So we made a decision we were going to get sent earlier than usual. So like it was like 1:30, we got out here, and we were glad we did. We had deer pop out probably within 20 minutes. And that 3 o'clock hour, and we really had a lot of movement. It turned on early. And even for him, because usually these older bucks are, you know, they come out like right at sunset, and he was out a good hour and a half before last light. So Deercast did predict that early movement, and we got on top of it, and it paid off here.